You ever feel like you're stuck in a loop? You set a new goal, you try a new habit, but somehow you always end up right back where you started. Well, here's the thing. The problem isn't your effort, it's your programming. Today, we're not just tweaking the settings. We're going straight to the source code of who you are. We're building a blueprint for change that actually sticks. Just think about it for a second. The life you really want, the career, the relationships, that deep sense of just feeling good. What if the key wasn't about trying harder to get all those things, but about fundamentally becoming the person who has them naturally? That's the huge idea we're diving into. Real, lasting change always starts from the inside out.
You know, your identity, it's not some mysterious fixed thing you were just born with. Nope, it's a formula. And believe it or not, it's running your life on autopilot. It's really just the sum of your most repeated thoughts, your most dominant emotions, and your deepest core beliefs. And the best part, if you can change the ingredients in this formula, you can literally rewrite the outcome of your life. It's that powerful.
So, here's our game plan. First, we'll lay out the blueprint itself. Then, we're going to get super practical and show you exactly how to rewire your mind, how to master your emotions, and how to start reshaping your reality. And finally, we'll put it all together so you can start becoming that future version of yourself, like starting today.
Okay, so here's the fundamental shift we need to make. Stop chasing results. Seriously, stop trying to force a different outcome in your life. Instead, what we're going to do is focus all our energy on changing our internal state, our identity. Because when you become a different person on the inside, your external world just naturally starts to catch up and align with that new you.
So, where do we even begin with all this? Well, the first battlefield is right between your ears. It's your mind. It's time to stop letting your thoughts run wild on autopilot and start taking conscious control of that inner voice that's narrating your entire day.
Think of your mind like a computer, right? Every single thought is a line of code. And the thoughts you repeat over and over again, you know the ones, I can't do this or I'm not good enough, they become your default programs. And over time, those programs harden into the core beliefs that are running the whole show.
So how do you go in and rewrite that old, buggy code? It's a really simple three-step process. First, you just become aware of the negative thought. Second, you consciously replace it with a better one. And third, you repeat that new thought until it becomes your new default setting. Let's break that down.
This first step right here, honestly, it's a total game changer. You can't fix a program if you don't even know it's running in the background. So you need to start acting like a detective of your own mind. The next time you feel stressed or frustrated, just pause and ask yourself, what am I telling myself right now? Just notice it, no judgment.
Okay, so once you've spotted a negative thought, the key is not to fight it. Arguing with it is like pouring gasoline on a fire. It just gives it more energy. Instead, you simply let it go, and you consciously choose a better replacement. And look, it doesn't have to be some super positive sunshine and rainbows thought. Even just a neutral thought is a major upgrade from a negative one. Now that we've started to tackle the mind, let's move to the heart of the matter, literally, your emotions. Your feelings are just pure energy. And the emotions you feel most often create your default state of being, coloring how you see and interact with the entire world. And guess what? Just like with your thoughts, we've got a simple three-part method for this too. It all starts with awareness, just noticing what you're feeling. Then, it's about shifting your state right in that moment. And finally, it's about proactively practicing better feeling emotions so they become your new normal.
The starting point is always awareness. It is so powerful to just pause and ask, what am I feeling right now? And then just give it a name. Oh, this is anxiety. Or, okay, that's frustration. The simple act of naming it separates you from it, and it puts you right back in the driver's seat.
Need a quick reset button for a stressful moment? This is your go-to tool. 5 slow, deep breaths and really focus on making that exhale longer than the inhale. This sends a direct signal to your nervous system to just chill out. It's a powerful little physiological hack that works every single time. So we've covered your thoughts and your emotions. Now we're going even deeper. We're going to the operating system of your mind, your core beliefs. This is where we connect your inner world to your outer actions. And this is where the change becomes permanent. I'm not good enough. Life is just hard. People can't be trusted. Do any of these sound a little familiar? These are the invisible scripts, these limiting beliefs that can pull our strings from behind the scenes, influencing our decisions and actions without us even knowing it. The first step is to see the string. Here's the thing. You don't break a limiting belief by fighting it head on. You dismantle it.
by questioning its authority. Asking yourself this one question, who would I be without this belief? It creates a little crack in its foundation. It opens up this space for you to imagine a new reality, where that old story just isn't true anymore. And this right here, this is absolutely critical. You cannot just think your way into a new belief. Chanting affirmations in the mirror while your subconscious is screaming, "Liar," just doesn't work. Why? Because your mind doesn't believe words. It believes evidence. It needs cold, hard proof from your actions out in the real world. So, how do you generate that proof? You do it with this powerful little action loop. You take one tiny action that proves your new belief is true. That action becomes a piece of evidence. You then consciously acknowledge that evidence, which strengthens the belief, which then makes the next action even easier. It's an incredible upward spiral. So in any moment of choice, you're at a crossroads. The old you would take the familiar path, right? To build a new identity, you need a new guide. So just ask yourself, what would my future self do right here? Then, and this is key, do the smallest possible version of that. That's how you build the evidence your mind is craving. All right, we've laid out the entire blueprint for building a new you. But how do you make it stick for the long haul? Let's talk about the final critical piece, protecting your progress so that old identity doesn't come creeping back in. Think of your new identity like a tiny young plant. It's a bit fragile at first. You have to protect its environment. This means you've got to be ruthless about your inputs. What news are you consuming? Who are you listening to? What conversations are you taking part in? You have to curate your environment to nourish the person you're becoming.
So let's just bring it all together and look at the whole system. This is the logical flow. You take control of your thoughts, you take control of your emotions. This allows you to question old beliefs and install new ones through small, consistent actions. Then your identity fundamentally shifts, and as a natural automatic result, so does your life.
If you only take one thing away from all of this today, let it be this. Real transformation isn't some single dramatic event. It's not a lightning strike. It's the sum of thousands of tiny choices. The new thought you choose, the new feeling you cultivate, the new action you take, compounding day after day after day. And that brings us to the most important part of all, actually applying this stuff. It's not about trying to do everything at once. It's just about starting. So, I'll leave you with this. What is the one small action you will take today to start becoming your future self?